This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, the Jasper City Council discusses residential pool safety, fencing, and covers. Local police are kept busy with a variety of arrests, and Holiday World is hosting Kids World on weekends through mid-September. In sports, Kurt Guxell previews Jasper football's opener with Memorial as he talks with Wildcats coach Tony Lewis. And on WJTS Informed tonight, Megan Gatwood talks with us about Anderson Woods and the upcoming Sips, Samples, and Songs. All this and more coming up on the 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. Jasper City Council continued discussion on the city's position on fencing around residential swimming pools. Currently, the city requires any residential pool to have a fence around it for safety reasons. The issue came under discussion due to the many pools in Jasper that currently are in violation of the issue. It was brought before the council on the behest of a city resident who felt that the policy didn't take into account safety pool covering, and discussion was taking place over several meetings as more information is gathered. The state of Indiana's ordinance requires fencing or a power safety pool cover as defined as provide a continuous connection between the cover and the decking so as to prohibit access to the pool when the cover is completely drawn over the pool. Shall be mechanically operated such that the cover cannot be drawn open or retracted without the use of a key and switch, or touchpad with a personal access code. City Attorney Renee Cabrick brought before the council three possible directions. One is to keep the ordinance as is, with the recommendation from the city employees who feel that a cover is not safe enough. Second is to follow the state's position of either or. And third, they move to have the ordinance as is added to the Unified Development Ordinance, giving the Board of Public Works the ability to grant variances with the approval of the council. Ultimately, the council came to several disagreements over the safety issue. One position is that, particularly in condensed neighborhoods, children could enter someone else's yard and fall into the pool without proper fencing. The counter argument was fencing can be jumped, and pool covering that is properly secured is safe from a child falling into the pool. If the pool covering meets state guidelines, then the covering will be locked with a key, which will be presumably locked away in the homeowner's house. In addition, both fencing and an automated pool cover can cost a couple $1,000s individually, which can be seen as a financial burden. Further, the debate was also engaged the topic of parental supervision and responsibility. Ultimately, the council recommended with a 5-2 vote for Cabrick to pursue the second option of going with the state's recommendation of either or, and to also move that the updated ordinance to the UDO in case of future issues and variance needs arise. A Rockport man is facing several charges after he was taken into custody by the FBI. The United States District Court issued an arrest warrant for Trent A. Walker for the offenses of sexual exploitation of a child and possession of child pornography. The Spencer County Sheriff's Office received a request for an investigation Sunday morning for Walker. The detective on duty began investigating. The detective applied for a search warrant with the help of the Spencer County Prosecutor's Office. The detective, Spencer County Sheriff's deputies, and Rockport police officers served the warrant. The Indiana State Police and the FBI assisted in the search. Walker was transported to the Spencer County Sheriff's Office. He was then given to the FBI, who then transported him to a federal holding facility, whereas he is currently being held. A Jasper pair was taken into custody in Huntingburg Wednesday morning on multiple felonies. Police pulled over 23-year-old Caleb Dubon Jr. and 45-year-old Eugenia L. Nycom on the intersection, of Van Buren Street and 19th Street for speeding and improper headlights. Officials called a canine unit to the scene. After the dog alerted to drugs, officers searched the vehicle. Police report finding over 7 grams of meth, syringes, look-alike drugs, and drug paraphernalia. According to police, a juvenile was inside the vehicle at the time of the incident. The juvenile is now in her grandmother's custody. Both Dubon and Nycom were booked into the Du Bois County Security Center and charged with possession of methamphetamine and paraphernalia. Nycom was also charged with neglect and visiting a common nuisance. Dubon was also charged with maintaining a common nuisance. A Spencer County woman who failed to appear in court was brought to jail on Tuesday on an active warrant. 35-year-old Alicia Greener of Lamar pleaded guilty to a level 5 felony count of aiding burglary back in 2016. This comes after Greener was charged in connection with a burglary at a Holland business in December of 2015. Authorities filed a petition to revoke Greener's probation after she had paid a court-ordered restitution in the case in the spring. The Du Bois Circuit Court issued a warrant for Greener's arrest on August 13th. Greener failed to appear for 2 fact-finding hearings about the petition to revoke. Greener was booked into the Du Bois County Security Center Tuesday evening on the active warrant. Police say grave markers were knocked down when a woman allowed a 9-year-old girl to sit on her lap and drive a car in an Indiana cemetery. Reports say that a 48-year-old Chandler resident is facing charges of criminal mischief and neglect of a dependent for the Monday night incident at Locust Hill Cemetery in Evansville. Police say a Toyota Corolla was off the road and on top of grave markers when officers arrived. That area of the cemetery is for deceased children. Police say the woman told officers that the child hit the gas pedal instead of the brake. The child's father was a passenger in the car. Holiday World and Splash and Safari is now hosting Kids World, an event designed especially for kids that features fun zones, special kid-friendly food, and entertainment created just for families. Holiday World President Matt Eckert says that Kids World is all the rides and slides families love about the parks, with extra shows and entertainment for kids included. Eckert says that there will be 2 fun zones throughout the park that families can have fun with during the Kids World weekends.
Some of the activities that we have as part of Kids World is what we call fun zones. So we have a bubble zone and we also have a percussion zone. What kid doesn't love bubbles? So if your kids love bubbles, head on up to Holodogs Fun Town. There's all kind of fun action up there and kids will have a great time. We also have a percussion zone. So if your kids like musical instruments and they like playing around with those, head on down to Pilgrim's Plaza, which is in our Thanksgiving section, and they can make all kinds of great music.
Eckert also says there will be new shows and attractions for families to enjoy throughout the park.
We do have a lot of new entertainment options that we are offering as part of Kids World. For example, we have a new comedy show called Laugh Out Loud Comedy. We also have a crazy Kids World variety show. And so what that is think of jugglers and stilt walkers and balloon artists. So we want to bring a lot of different variety to kids so that they can see all kinds of different fun things.
Kids World Fun Zones will be open weekends until September 14th. For more information about Kids World, visit holidayworld.com/kidsworld or call 1-800-467-2682. 1-800-467-2682. Head to West Boggs Park for an empty stomach, or with an empty stomach that is, on Saturday, October 5th for the 4th annual Chili Cook-Off. Here one can enjoy chili, games, music, and more. Chili cooking will begin at 10 a.m. Judges will announce the winners around 1:15 p.m. Prizes will be awarded on Best Tasting Red Chili, Best Tasting White Chili, People's Choice, and Best Business Booth Decorations, Costumes, etc., and Non-Business Booth Decorations, Costumes. Interested in entering? Head over to the West Boggs Park Facebook page for registration information. Registration is $8 per person. Please email your registration form to elaine@westboggs.com or drop off at the park gatehouse anytime between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. If you're not wanting to enter the contest but still want to indulge in endless chili, you can do so by getting access to taste all the chili prepared by event contestants with your $3 entry. This also gives you 1 vote to help award the coveted People's Choice Prize. Lemonade and water will be available for everyone at the West Boggs Park booth. The U.S. Forest Service has reopened a popular southern Indiana hiking trail 2 months after a storm left parts of it blocked by trees. The Peninsula Trail was closed after the June 17th storm swept through Hoosier National Forest's Charles C. Deem Wilderness, toppling trees onto a quarter-mile of the trail. But reports say the trail reopened August 10th after the U.S. Forest Service staff from the Hoosier National Forest and Illinois Shawnee National Forest finished clearing the downed trees. People using the trails still are advised to use caution. The scenic Peninsula Trail is located on a peninsula that juts into Lake Monroe. It's used only by backpackers, day hikers, and horse riders because wheeled or mechanized vehicles are prohibited in the wilderness areas. Now stay tuned. Weather and sports still to come on 18 WJTS News.